Hi, Sean with Live Fire Ranch. In the studio today, working on a future project. In tonight's quick video, I wanted to talk about shots on target while you're at the range. So, aiming, remember, consists of sight alignment, sight picture, sight alignment, the relationship between the rear and the front sight of the gun, and sight picture, the relationship between the rear and the front sight of the gun and your target. But what happens if you're aiming out at the range and you're just not getting great shots on target? It could be that we've got one of four hold issues happening. So I'd like to talk about those hold issues tonight. I've identified this area as my safe area. I'm going to pick up my SIRT gun and we're going to go over what a couple of these might look like. The first one I want to talk about is breaking. So breaking the wrist. So when you're out at the range getting good shots on target, or hopefully good shots on target, and they start to go a little weird on you, it could be that you're getting tired or that you're breaking your wrist. Breaking the wrist just simply means right as the shot's being taken, you're doing that. Your wrist is breaking a bit. You're not staying firm with the gun. Your wrist is breaking. Those shots will typically throw the shots on target down and slightly right. So between 5 and 6 o'clock is where you'll start to see those evident on the target. This is for right-handed shooters, by the way. Left-handed would just be opposite in everything I'm talking about. So breaking the wrist, you might find your shots between 5 and 6 o'clock on your target. If you start to see shots there and you think you're aiming correctly, then just make sure you're not breaking the wrist at the shot. So that's breaking the wrist. The next one I want to talk about is healing the gun. Healing the gun has the opposite effect. Healing the gun means that just as the shot's being taken, you're anticipating the recoil. So you put a little too much pressure on the heel of your hand or your palm and on the bottom of the gun, and it pushes up slightly. So as you take that shot, you're healing the gun. Those shots will usually land between noon and 2 or so. So between noon and 2 on the clock, it will be evident on the target in that range. So if you think you're aiming correctly, but they're going high and slightly to the right, could be that you're healing the gun. The next one is called thumbing. And thumbing just means you're putting too much pressure on the thumb as you're taking the shot. So too much pressure on the thumb pushes the gun this way or to the right for a right-handed shooter. Thumbing the gun, you might find those shots between like 2 and 3. You'll find those shots right in this area here. You think you're aiming correctly, but you're getting shots over here. You could be thumbing the gun. And the last one I'd like to talk about is being too tight. So you're coming up to take that shot. You've been shooting for a while, maybe, long day, and you want to make sure you got a good grip. So you're just right at the pull of the trigger, squeezing the gun just a little excessively, just a little. It's not constant firm pressure, but right at that last second, you're just squeezing the heck out of that pistol. That could be throwing those shots off between 3 and 4 o'clock, 3 and 5 o'clock. So if you feel like the mechanics of your aiming is correct, the relationship between your rear and front sight alignment, and sight picture, rear sight, front sight, and then your eventual target, you've got that all lined up, but you're finding some errant shots, take a look at whether you're healing, thumbing, you're too tight on the grip, or you're breaking your wrist. For left-handed shooters, it'll just be on the opposite side of the target. Go out there, go to the range, get some shots on target. If those start to go a little weird, concentrate on those and get better shots on target.